Okay, so here are the rails, and here is our show.
Completely off. Completely gone today. What in the world? Derailed.
Yay, you're here. Welcome to the CK and GK podcast. Let's get going.
Our guest be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Cherie. Let Tuesday do the rest.
Oh my gosh. That was amazing.
Thanks. I really thought about that one.
You can tell. Well done.
It's Tuesday.
Well done.
Welcome to CK and GK. We're the podcast for adults who might need a grown up, including ourselves.
Maybe. As we sing Disney show tunes. Oh, we're so glad you're here. This week we're talking about, or rather, we're finding out how close my house is to actually falling apart and what I can do to prevent it. And that means that if I can do it, you can do it. So we're all going to learn how close our house is to falling apart together.
Love it. Love it. But before we start, with me as always is Caitlin. And you know, she's a brick house.
I got 2 songs in one day.
It's a lucky day for you.
Gosh, I'm so special.
You decide.
Well, inside that brick house is my gorgeous, simple house cat, Jenny. That's her over there. She's amazing.
Oh.
Tell me about all the things that are messed up inside my house. I want to know. I'm also terrified of this conversation.
Okay, so this whole idea started because my husband, John, has been following this guy on Insta. His name is Keyshawn, and his handle is @weeklyhomecheck.
Okay, go ahead and go follow.
For sure. And he does little videos about how to do the home maintenance that you don't even know you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, no.
And the guy is super approachable. He's like in his 20s, really cute, really kind, a little bit attractive. And he just walks through like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you should actually test your smoke detectors every month. And here's how to do it. So we all know that you're supposed to clean out the dryer vent, right? Like not just where the lint is, but you're like supposed to actually vacuum out the hose and the vent outside your house periodically to prevent fires. I think we all know that. I don't know how many of us are actually doing it, but that needs to be done.
Not me.
I don't think that we've done it in a couple years. So this episode is inspiring me to go do that today or tomorrow, depending on the weather. I don't want to do the dryer vent outside if it's raining. But so anyway, these conversations have been coming up for a little while now because John was like, oh, you know, Keyshawn said this, da, da, da. So I did a little research, like what other things do I not know that we're supposed to be doing for our house? So first, from familyhandyman.com, I found this article called 51 Things Most Homeowners Aren't Doing But Need to. And it's by Nick Gerhardt. And so some of them were like, yeah, we know we're supposed to do that. Like change your air filters. And if you're not changing your air filters, let me tell you why you do it. Yes, it also gives you pure air. Yes, it protects your vent system. But more than anything, if your air filter is too dirty, your air conditioning is going to freeze. So you change your filters so you don't have to spend 10 grand on getting a new AC.
Oh, because the cold air can't get out because it's all blocked up with gross crap. I don't even know
what makes it happen, but the condensation builds up on the tubing on the outside unit and it freezes. And it can damage it to the point of replacement.
Well, I'm pretty good about that one. I wouldn't say I do it every month like you're supposed to, but I think I do it every like max every 3. I'm pretty intense about that one.
We give our dogs a monthly flea, tick, heartworm prevention, and we just like pair filter with. Yeah.
Ooh, that's smart. That's a really smart way to do it.
Dogs, but we probably won't remember the filter. Anyway, okay. So 51, I pared it down to just a few that I thought were really interesting and I had no idea we were supposed to do. So the first one is to clean the aerators on your faucets. So this is that little screw cap at the end of the faucet that helps make the water come out nice and neat and even.
Oh, I bet those get so much lime scale built up on them. So gross.
They should unscrew pretty easily. You soak it in just regular white vinegar, and then you brush it lightly with a toothbrush, rinse it off, throw it back in there. You should do this every 6 months, not just because of the lime scale, but also the chemicals that it's supposed to catch are being caught.
Oh.
Yeah. Ew. We don't live in an area where lead is a problem in our water, but if you do, like, you definitely want to clean this often.
Yeah. Okay.
The next one is cleaning the garbage disposal splash guard.
Oh, yeah. I do this all the time. It's so satisfying and disgusting.
I have never done this, and I had never even thought about it. Ooh. So the deal is, if you have a smell in your sink, like for me, automatically I'm like, oh, there's something gross in the garbage disposal. So I'll throw a lemon down there, or I'll get those plink little dots that you put in, or they say you can throw a couple ice cubes in there to like sharpen the blades. So I will do that, or I'll just run hot water and put some dish soap and watch it foam up and say, okay, it's clean. I never knew that you're supposed to flip the rubber gasket up and brush in between the pleats. That's really where the smell is coming from.
Yeah, and also mine is removable, so I can put a gloved hand down there and pull it up, and then I'll just turn it over and scrub it. But I also have there's like a garbage disposal cleaning packet thing. I'll see if I can find it, and I use that, and I only flip the gasket over once I've done that because I don't want to touch. But yeah, it's like all of that like slime mold, like pink mold, but slime mold is gonna be there, and you might. That's why I gagged. Like, and it was a real gag. It wasn't just me like screwing around. Like that was me being like, well, because it's just
so here's the thing.
Nasty.
Here's the thing. Not only did I not know you're supposed to do this, I didn't know you're supposed to do it once a week.
Yeah. Ew.
I have lived in this house for 5 years.
In fairness to you, you're not allowed to do the dishes at your house because you do them wrong. So I think you can blame this on JK and not GK.
Funny. That's good. I'm going to tell him, like, hey, the reason our dishwasher or disposal stinks is because you haven't been cleaning the splash guard.
Because you're not cleaning the sink, bruh.
Okay.
That's so gross.
Okay.
Tell me more. I'm grossed out.
The next one is blowing out your soffit vents. Okay. So here's the thing. I know what a soffit is because I worked in real estate and construction.
I don't know what this is. Tell me.
Right. If you're not into like houses or construction, you might not even know what a soffit is, let alone what your soffit vent is and how to clean it. Okay. So
what is
when
this?
you walk around your house and you look up.
So like if I go outside
and you look up and you notice that the roof extends past the wall of your house. And there's somewhere between 12 and 18 inches of material sealing off that ledge of roof. That is the soffit. A lot of times it's wood.
The gap.
Sometimes it's siding, but most of the time it's wood. You look up and you see that flat surface above you while the roof is sloping down over it. That's the soffit. Okay, and if you walk all the way around, you will notice in the soffit there are several, probably rectangular, air vents.
Okay.
These lead to your attic. Even if you don't have an attic per se, like for storage, you probably have a crawl space up there just to create some insulation.
You have home stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So these soffit vents are to ventilate the attic. You should blow them out with compressed air every 2 years, because by getting all the gunk out of there, you're better ventilating your attic and you're going to reduce your heating and AC costs.
Okay, here's a question. When people come over to like inspect the roof, will they do that?
No.
They don't do that?
No, they will not do that.
What about people who are like AC people?
No. You might be able to find someone who cleans gutters who will also do it for you, but my guess is no, because you really need the air, right? Like you got to use leaf blower or compressed air can. Or if you have like a staple gun and you can take the gun attachment off and you just have the compressed air from it.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was a thing.
Now, our staple gun is not electric. It's just like a hand pump, right? Like, but if you have an electric stapler. Okay, so anyway, the deal is, like, this is not something that people normally do. And it only takes about 20 minutes.
No.
What will take the longest is going up and down the ladder to each vent.
Okay. All right. That's manageable then.
And it's only every 2 years.
Okay.
But this article that I read from, I think, what was it called? Family Handyman or whatever. Family Handyman. They said that it can save you like $10 a month.
Wow. A month. Yeah, no, that's worth it.
Like, wow.
That's another coffee.
That's $120 a year.
One more coffee.
And
that's multiple coffees.
This is Texas. If you are listening in an area where you use a lot of AC or you use a lot of heat, my guess is maybe you could save even more.
It might be more. Yeah, it might be more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one that comes from this article is cleaning the coils on your fridge. Okay.
Oh, I hate
So I have never done this. I have done it exactly 0 times in my entire life.
I've done it one time.
Well, you beat me.
I win.
Okay.
Yay!
So they say that you should do it once or twice a year, but if you have pets like a German Shepherd, you should probably clean it every 4 months.
Ooh, I have cats and they like to throw things under the fridge.
Okay,
so yeah, I probably
the whole job should take 15 minutes. The hardest part is pulling the fridge out and figuring out where your coils are. Because sometimes they're under the fridge, sometimes they're behind it, sometimes they're behind a case behind it. And so you pull your fridge out and you're like, where are the coils? And then you notice, oh, there's this little latch that I have to open, and then there are the coils. You just vacuum it with your brush attachment. Oh. That's it.
Okay. Cool.
They don't need...
All right. You could also, if they're underneath, you could probably get, again, like that compressed air stuff and just blow it out. I bet it would all be disgusting, but you'd blow it out and it'd be, okay, cool.
All right.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
And then the last one that I pulled from this article was lubricating your garage door tracks, hinges, and springs.
I don't have a garage door. I'm off the hook on this one.
I do have a garage door.
I have a carport.
I do have a garage door. I had a garage door in my previous home. I grew up in high school in a house with a garage door. In junior high, had a house with a garage door. The last time I lived in a house that didn't have a garage, I was in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
I have never heard of lubricating your garage door.
No. But it's like if you have like a treadmill, you have to lubricate the belt. Yes. Otherwise, it starts to squeak and stuff. This makes sense to me. But I'm seeing a note here that says, don't use WD-40, which is what I use. Like, that's like, I use that to clean the wall. It gets crayons.
Normally on the show, we tell you, like, hey, here is the fact. Or here is the idea that is fact adjacent.
Right.
Here, I'm actually going to say, like, I am not a garage door professional, nor do I play one on TV. You have to do the research to find the right lubricant for your door materials. It is always wrong to use WD-40. It doesn't matter what type of garage door you have. That magic little liquid in a can is not okay for your garage door because it will attract dust and dirt and it will actually do the opposite of what you're trying to do.
Right. It'll get all that stuff
Right.
stuck in there. Oh,
So
okay.
you
All
need
right.
to look at what materials your garage door is made of, and that includes the wheels, the springs, the tracks, the hinges. And then most of this information is available online, but if you are genuinely concerned, you can also call a local garage door company in your town and tell them, this is what my stuff is made of. What lubricant do you recommend?
Or if you're me, you throw money at the problem and you say,
Yes.
please come to my house and do this.
And if you do call one of those garage door companies, they always have an option for just like a checkup to come and look, inspect, check on if you have a motorized opener, check on that. You should lubricate every 6 months.
Okay,
So
then
I'm
one of
80
the things
years
you
behind,
do
or
is,
80 times behind.
right. Yeah, you are. I was going to say one of the things you do is that when those people are at your house,
Ask them.
You could set up a maintenance schedule, but then you also ask them. And then I bet you they're more willing to tell you if you purchase the products like through them and just say, hey, you guys come once a year to check the motor and I'll lubricate this thing every 6 months or something like that.
It totally makes sense that it needs to be done. It's a motor. It's metal rolling up against metal, or it's plastic rolling up against metal. So it didn't blow me away that this needed to be done. It blew me away that I had never thought of it. Okay.
Yeah, totally get that.
Shout out to Keyshawn. These are some tips I got from him. One is to replace your washer hoses. You should do that every 5 years. This totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
But
You
yeah,
replace your garden hose. You replace the hoses in your car. Why would you not replace the hoses that keep your house from flooding?
yeah,
Replace your washer hoses. That totally makes sense.
yeah.
Every
All
5
right.
years. And
I don't know how to do it. Can I get someone to do it?
have someone do it for you. An appliance repair person will definitely do it for you. But it is a very easy job. Now, I will say that like I have this weird like ability to do plumbing projects. Like I can't like plumb a house, but plumbing repairs I am strangely good at, the way that you're like really good at foosball. Like I'm weirdly good at plumbing. Like I somehow it just comes to me. The only reason that I haven't replaced all the guts on our toilets is because they're in really weird corners, and it's easier to pay a plumber to crawl underneath it than for me to do it myself. But
Okay.
the replacing the hoses is really just turning off the water, unscrewing a hose. Caitlin cannot hold herself together. Like she is dying at me saying that I'm like,
Of all the things you could have chosen, I'm weirdly good at, I don't know, building websites. I'm weirdly good at design. I'm weirdly good at, I don't know, sarcastic remarks. And then you say foosball.
aren't you?
And I have these stupid little, yes, I am. I have these stupid little, like, under eye, like, foil silicone collagen things under my eyes. And they won't stay up
Laughing.
because I'm laughing too much. Okay. It's morning and I'm a mess.
No. So
Definition of
anyhow,
mess.
this is really
Okay.
easy. The main thing you need to do before you do this is turn off the water.
Turn the water. Yeah.
But
off. Yeah.
that's easy too, because the spigot is right there in the wall. Right? You're not like turning it off at the house or anything weird like that. You are just turning it off at the wall. Like you would turn off your sink.
Right. And it's like right behind your washing machine. Like for me, it's above, like I can, if I'm looking directly at my washing machine, it's like just above it. Like I can see where the,
And you
okay.
want a bucket
All right.
or a towel handy, because those hoses are going to be full of water. So when you take them off, water's going to come out. The replacement washer hoses are easy to find. They sell them at the orange store and the blue store. And you literally unscrew it and screw a new one on. It is really easy.
Oh, okay.
Super easy.
Well, next time you come over, bring over some hostess.
Okay. So the other one is for you to drain your water heater. He has a video. Yeah.
That makes
He has a
sense.
video on how to do it on his Insta. And you just do it once a year to prevent sediment buildup. It is pretty involved.
Yeah. It seems like that's, especially if you have like a giant, like those really big, they're big.
Yeah. It is a major task, but it doesn't look hard. It just looks big.
So again, this is something that I would have someone else
Sure.
come out and do. But what about, like mine is a tankless.
Then that's
I have
not
a
a
tankless
problem.
water
That's
heater.
not a problem. We are talking about
Okay.
the people like me who have the old school in the attic big tank. And basically you drain it, flush it out a few times, close it up, refill it.
Can you like actually see dirt coming out of it?
Yeah.
You do this?
You're gonna
satisfying.
connect your garden hose to a spigot in the hot water heater and then run that garden hose to a drain. So in our case, we would probably run it down the attic stairs and into the kids' bathroom. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So
Yeah, that is a lot of work. That
Yeah.
sounds labor intensive. That might be something that you call a professional to do, unless you are Jenny and like weirdly good at plumbing. Like, don't.
Okay. And then the last one comes from soberhealing.com. Okay. So remember I said you don't have to like turn it off at the house or anything weird like that. You do need to turn off the water at your house once a year. I had never thought of this, but here's why. So the valve doesn't stick. He says, look, if you're having a flood, the last thing you want to do is either one, learn how to turn off the water, or two, get to your spigot and realize, oh my gosh, the valve is stuck and I can't turn it off. Yeah. So once a year, practice turning off the water to your house.
Okay. That's smart.
It's at the street.
All right.
You normally have a little box buried in your front yard.
And you might have a couple because one of them is going to be for your gas and electric. There's going to be like a meter under there, or it might be attached to your house. And then I have 3 little boxes. One of them is for that. One of them is for actually the sprinkler system, which is a different box. And then the other one is the one to the house. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the one to your house is closer to the street than the one that is one for the sprinkler system, which would make sense because
Now here's the thing. If you don't know how to do this, your city will come out and train you for free.
Yeah, they have to. They're required to.
It's in their best interest because they want you to know how to turn off the water so that you don't call them and say, hey, my sink has been overflowing for the last 24 hours and I've used all this water.
Oh, the bill that's going
and the wasted water. Like the city doesn't want that. So your water provider will come out to your house and show you how to turn the water on and off. So, and I just thought that was so smart. Like, just practice doing it so your valve doesn't stick and you remember how. Okay, now I have a bonus.
Yay! I love a good bonus. How much?
Stuff you don't need to do. This comes from Reader's Digest. The article is 15 home maintenance projects that are a waste of time. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Ready.
The first one is sharpening your lawnmower blades. You don't need to do that.
Who does that?
I guess if you're like a professional lawnmower, you probably need to do more maintenance on your machine than.
I'm just like picturing someone turning over their lawnmower with like a rock, whatever those things are that you use to like sharpen blades, where they're just like slowly like filing the blade down as the lawnmower's turned over. Like, what in the world?
Okay.
No, I'm sure that's not how you do it. But
it actually involves taking the blade off. You do have to turn the mower upside down to get the blade, but you don't have to hold the upside down mower in your lap or whatever you're envisioning.
Like if you're sharpening a sword. Okay, so I haven't had
if you're
much
sharpening
of my
a sword, like that's something that you normally do. Oh, well, when I sharpen my swords. What?
Well, yeah, the one that's my Randy Jackson signed samurai blade. I use a rock and I just like sit there with the big thing on my lap and I just
Okay. The next one is regrouting your tile.
I'm shutting up. Who does that?
I don't know. No.
What?
And then the last one was really interesting to me. And this is going to involve consultation and finding a roofer that you really trust, because they say you don't need to replace the whole roof when a repair will be enough.
So my understanding with roofing replacements is that typically if you want to like recover like a repair is one thing, right? Like that's, but if you need to like relay the roofing, whatever tiles, I guess they are, shingles. You get like 3 layers out of that. Yes. But they're not always, I always think of shingles as like a hard item.
Yes.
But you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but you get like 3 layers and then they won't put another layer on top of that because stuff can get stuck and then make it yucky. So then they'll replace your entire roof. We just had our entire roof replaced 2 years ago. And it was rough, but it was great that it happened. And I will say, like, we've also had a couple of repairs done since then. And that's not you don't need to replace it unless you're at that limit. And I think you get like multiple years out of those. It's like a once every 10 or 15 year kind of project. It's not a thing.
We had someone come and inspect our roof, and he said, look, you do not need a new roof right now, but you do need new flashing around all of your vents. Well, that's an easy fix.
Because are you guys having leaking too, or not?
No. But it was starting to move.
That's something that you should do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, thanks to Reader's Digest, I'm not going to be sharpening my lawnmower blades anymore, re-grouting my tile, or replacing my roof when I really could just fix it.
I will say this. If you hate the way your grout looks and it's nasty, a steam shot, it's like a Bissell steam shot. Oh, that thing will do the work to clean your grout.
Nice. Okay.
It's amazing.
Let's take a break.
Yeah. You can borrow it. Yep. Welcome
back. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about what we're obsessed with. For me, those sumo oranges, can't get enough. Except they're $2.50 each. So
What's a sumo orange?
What?
I don't know what this is.
So it's a very
Is it massive?
It is a big orange. It's like the size of a Honeycrisp apple, and it has a little nubbin on the top.
Sorry, that word's funny.
So
it has a little.
I'm showing
nubbin.
you the nubbin right now. It looks like the top of a pumpkin.
Yeah, you are.
The skin comes right off, and they're super sweet and delicious.
Is it? It looked wrinkly. It kind of looked like a ghost pepper in that the way that you were holding it. Like how wrinkly?
It's a little wrinkly, but the sticker just calls them Sumo Citrus. SumoCitrus.com.
Okay.
They're good.
Okay.
The other thing is we are currently in the season of Lent, and I normally practice by giving something up. And this year I have given up 2 things. Both of them are extremely difficult for me. One is reading the comments on Facebook. Oh. I can't tell you how many times a day I'm like, oh wait, I'm not doing this. I come out, or like click on it and be like, oh wait, I'm not reading comments. And the other one is procrastination. The rule is if I can do it now, I have to.
Oh, that's a good habit.
Yeah, I'm still allowed to prioritize tasks. I'm still allowed to say like, okay, this can wait until next week. But the idea is if I have the time and I can do it now, I need to do it now.
I like it.
All right.
I like it. That's a good one. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you this. If you're concerned about looking on your phone, there is an app called 1 Sec that you can use that will like basically prompt you to put your phone down. So if you would like to take a look at that, 1 Sec. I have not yet set it up, but it's there and I need to set it up. So
I just love reading comments. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. Like
I don't know what's going on with me, but my toxic trait is Amazon, like putting things in my cart and then saving it for later. Like I cannot get enough of it. So I will be on, of all places, Facebook Reels and like looking at people with where they're like 10 things from Amazon that I just had to share with you. And it's like, yes, I would like to see all of the things that you're sharing with me. There's a good chance that I have 4 of those things in my cart already. Okay. Mine is, this is such a like lame little thing, but it makes me so happy. If you have an Apple Watch, you can update your watch faces. And for whatever reason, like Snoopy is like a part of my life. I just really love Snoopy and the Peanuts. And I even have like I get like little Snoopies for the holidays, and I put them on my desk and they make me happy. And this is my Valentine one. He's all covered in hearts and he's super cute. And it's been like a thing in my family for a long time. Like my grandfather was really into the Peanuts and my mom is also, but it's just recently become like super cute for me where I can't like, I'm like following little like Snoopy hashtags where there's like all these old drawings of Snoopy from like very beginning of Charles Schultz Peanuts stuff. It's just all very cute. Anyway, on your Apple Watch, if you like Snoopy, there is a Snoopy watch face that is super cute. And I thought it was just like gonna be Snoopy's head.
Right.
Like just there. No. Every time you pick your arm up and the watch lights up, it's a different animation.
Oh,
so like he does
that's
something.
cool.
So it's super cute. On Valentine's Day, I lifted my arm up and like he was at his mailbox and all of these Valentines came tumbling out onto him.
On
And
your
then,
left arm, you're going to have like this giant bicep from like bringing your hand closer to your face over and over again.
oh my gosh, it's so cute. Now he's roller skating. Like it's just so cute, and it doesn't eat your watch battery up or anything like that because it's still it's still lighting up every time you pick your arm up. But it was just really cute, and it just makes me happy. That's all.
That's awesome. All right.
One. Okay, what's your gem?
Is we are a Wild Kratts house.
Yes, I
do
love
too.
Wild Kratts.
And as a biologist, I appreciate Wild Kratts.
Yeah, so good.
So we have been watching Wild Kratts for several years, but we just discovered the time machine that is Zaboomafoo.
Zoboomafoo. That was like the OG
Yes,
one.
they're like
oh.
in their 20s. And
Yes,
I can't even like pay
babies.
attention to the show because I'm just like, these boys are so young.
I know. It's like Muppets
Yeah,
meets
and
Wild
it-
Kratts. Like there's like puppets
And
and,
it is,
stuff.
as the kids
Wild.
say, pretty cringy. Because there are times where I'm like, oh, geez, if you guys were actually the producers of this show, you would have never done that. But
Right.
they're cute. They're cute. And it's, it's like going
yeah.
back in time and, Back to the Future, like meeting your parents when they were teenagers. Like, I have seen every episode of Wild Kratts multiple times. And you watch the guys age over the several seasons of that show.
Oh,
but
yeah.
to go back and see them this young and they're still like playful and, friendly brothers, it's cute.
It is cute. They also look the same. Do you know what I mean? Like you can, it's very, their mannerisms are the same. They're like, it's very clear that like whatever they've been doing, like they haven't really changed themselves throughout the course of these shows. Cause they're just, it's a consistent silliness, happiness, attitude. It's very cute. I like that show too. Okay. Mine is just, this is when I tell you that I am the definition of a mess, I'm not kidding. So here's what happened this week to me. My son's class had a little Valentine party and parents were invited. And most of the time I don't wear much makeup and I just roll up to the school looking as moms do, right? Like y'all get it. Anyway, I had a client facing meeting that morning. So I had like put on makeup and I was like, you know what? I will put on hard pants.
This phrase. Okay. So let's back this up a little bit.
You know what I'm talking about.
Back this up a little bit because I got a text from you explaining this whole situation and all I could do was die over hard pants. I am telling every person in the room I'm with, like, oh my God, hard pants.
But I work from home, so I wear soft pants all the time. Like I need a Zoom shirt at most. Like I don't
Hard pants.
I will roll up to my meetings wearing like college t-shirts. I don't care. So I don't wear hard pants very often. And by hard pants, I mean like anything that's not a soft pant. We know what I'm talking about. Typically they're jeans.
But it's one thing to have like stretchy pants or comfy pants, but the idea that the opposite of that is hard pants.
That's what they are. I mean, they're stiff.
I put on jeans
and I have to pull them up higher over my gut.
Jeans the next day, and I was like, putting on my hard pants.
Yes. I hope this phrase takes off. Everyone, hard pants. Okay, so And in full disclosure, I was wearing that day. I have like a lounge set it's black, but it has red and pink hearts on it. So I was wearing the full lounge set in the morning, and then I changed into my hard pants to go up to Sam's school for the party. And because I had a client facing meeting, I had put on makeup, so I was like pulled together. My hair was washed and down, and not just like in this like pineapple bun that you see on top of my head right now. It was like I was pulled together and not hating the way that I looked.
Right.
So I go to school and three times I heard, "Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you." 3 times. Three. One from a parent who I know and have known for the past 2 years.
Oh.
One from the school secretary. And another time in the classroom with 4 other moms talking to me, and 2 of them piled on at the same time, like, "Oh my God, it is you." Like, because I roll up to school looking such a mess that when I pull myself together,
They don't know who you are.
Recognize me. "Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you. I remember you. You told me you had a podcast." "Oh my God, yeah, this is your son. Your son doesn't like Taylor Swift and tells the whole class about it." Yes, that's me.
I'm the same person. Thank you.
I'm the same person.
We met yesterday and the day before.
Right. We had an hour-long conversation. Like, "Oh my, I have your phone number in my phone because our kids have been on a play date." Like, it was just, yeah. I didn't even recognize you. Your hair. Like, oh, you have. And then one of the women goes, "Oh yeah, last time I saw you, well, we weren't dressed for this sort of situation." Cool.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay. On
Great.
that note,
That was
I am
amazing.
being paged.
Yeah.
We have T-ball practice.
You do have fun.
When you are doing home maintenance that you didn't even know you needed to do, make good choices.
And show up to school with your face on every once in a while. That way people will recognize you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.